This season of Quantum Kickflip is brought to you by MythWorks. Original worlds, original stories. Find out more at www.myth.works.
Previously on Quantum Kickflip.
What the hell was that, you guys?
I think that actually was a win.
If you want to be picked up by a pro team, they're not going to want people who are busting up equipment, fighting with their teammates.
I think what we actually should do is place a bet. Let's try 1 week where we do things Coach and Tanya's way. If we see actual results, then we know that we should be listening. But if we don't,
chaos reigns.
You have not made a welcoming place for Tanya.
You said there's a festival going on, there's a party. That sounds like the perfect place to roll out the welcome mat.
Fine. And then at practice on Monday, you better be in line.
Do you know when Alyssa got home?
Last I checked, I was not Alyssa, so no.
Watch the attitude. Just because you won your big game doesn't mean you get to big dog me, okay?
A set is 40 reps, and I only see 25, so.
I'm out of monster juice, though. I can't hold it for that long.
Well, how long is a match?
That blood on your shirt. Are you doing that thing again?
Dad, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm actually really good at what I do.
I'm just trying to look out for you kids.
He is decked out head to toe in Vorgel Blade merch, and he's got a t-shirt of Tanya specifically fumbling or tripping or something. He kind of hollers at you, oh, hey, Tanya, getting in line.
Sunset Sideshow, your actions at the Coliseum brought shame to the great sport of Slugblasting. Prepare for a defeat at the hands of Giga Team Flash Omega! Hello, everyone, and welcome to Quantum Kickflip, a Slugblaster actual play podcast. My name is David Ray, and I'm your host and your Slugblaster Game Master podcaster. And with me are some of my best and funniest friends in the whole wide world, and they're going to introduce themselves to you now. Friends, I want you to tell me about a rival you've had somewhere in your life.
Oh, that's so good.
Easy. Easy.
Start us off.
Oh, yeah. All right. My name's Sue. I play Sheesa, Pavi, Pavlova. And, okay. No, I totally have a rival. There was this chick named Sam. She was in elementary school with me. And she was one of those people who, like, got to go to places like, you know, like the water park and like Palladium and stuff. And she knew that I loved that shit. And she phoned my house and left a voicemail to tell me that Palladium got shut down, so I'll never get to go.
Wow.
I was just
cold.
I was like, oh, so you're a villain. You're an actual villain.
Hi, I'm Michael Vetsch, and I'm here playing Tanya Lee, the Smarts Playbook with the Kinetic Hard Light Ring Skates. And I feel like there was a period, I was in the 10th grade, and on my indoor soccer team, for whatever reason, something had changed between seasons, and another community got sort of built into ours for who they were pulling players from. So there was this other guy who ended up being, like, on the field. We would play defense together, just the two of us paired. And, like, he was just much better at it than I was. And then I found out, oh, wait, he also goes to my school. Oh, wait, he's also in drama, but he's in the cool drama class that has it every day and is, like, the better class. And, like, all these things. And I was just like, what the fuck? Well, this guy's showing me up at things that I do. So there was like the slightest moment of rivalry there before it just became, oh, wait, we just like the same things. We're friends. We're just friends. This is friendship.
Hello, I'm Liam. I play Calamity Conklin Cavanaugh. He's the chill, and he's got monster DNA and also rides a BMX. And I'm glad you guys are from childhood. I have an adult rival.
Yeah, that feels worse somehow. Yeah.
Well, no, this guy can also go fuck himself. Like to this day, I doubt he's listening. I won't name him, but you all, at least most of you, will know who I'm. There's another stand-up comedian here in Edmonton. Kind of always like never really got along, but I did try to book him on a show. And I was like, hey, man, you want to come be on my cool variety show in a punk venue that has like a live jazz band playing? And he's like, yeah, I'll be there. And then like a week before the show, I was like, you're still coming, right? Like, you're still booked? He's like, yeah. Man, I told you at the last show I saw you at, I'm coming. I'm like, okay, gee, sorry, just couldn't make sure my acts were confirmed. And then the day of the show, he texts me and he goes, hey man, I'm actually not going to make it. I'm traveling tomorrow and also moving house, so I can't come tonight. And I'm like,
Those things that crop up at the last minute.
Famous last minute problems, international travel and moving house. And I was like, I just texted whatever because I was like so annoyed that I'm like, not only did I ask you twice, but you like scolded me the third time I asked you, and now you're still canceling. So I texted whatever, and then he replied, wow, you're a passive-aggressive little bitch. And I was like, whoa, what? And then from there on out, I just never texted him. Like, we never talked again, but periodically he would try to like I am not a well-liked or popular person, but I would, anytime on like back in like peak Facebook days, I would like make a joke that other Edmonton comedians would be like, haha, very good. He would come in and like deliberately try to undermine me or like point out how actually I'm a problem.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, to this day can get bent.
My name is Robyn. I'm playing Iggy Baxter, the Guts playbook with the gravity hammer. And like, I've had a lot of disagreements with people, but like a rival feels like a special designation. So I'm going to go with my 4th grade teacher.
Fight the teacher. Fight the teacher.
I'm sure I was an insufferable 4th grader who thought he knew everything and was constantly like, actually, and that was probably a lot to deal with. But also, if you're going to be a 4th grade teacher, you got to be ready to deal with that a little bit, I think. And
That's like 8 and 9-year-olds. Oh, those are the most. Yeah.
So at some point, we were doing a math class, and she said to turn to a certain page, and I was like, oh, actually, it's on this page. And I had misunderstood what we were turning to, and I had the wrong page number. And so once it was clear that, like, oh, I had said the wrong thing, I had corrected her needlessly. She said in front of the whole class, see, Robyn, you don't know everything. And I haven't held a grudge about it at all. I don't think about it ever.
It hasn't cut to the core of you as a person and has sat with you ever since. Hi, I'm Laena, and I play Julia J.B. Baxter, the Grit playbook with the Nega Friction Sword. I don't think this is a rival, but we have a lot of rival energy. My ex. I met this guy back in like 2010 or something, and we dated for a few years, and then things happened. We broke up. We are still, however, friends to this day. He is the person who actually introduced me to tabletop role-playing games. On the deeper levels, we have a very strong, caring, amicable relationship. But anytime we see each other in person, we're like, this fucking guy. Oh, it's you. He'll come to our shows and he'll make a point of telling every other improviser, you did so great. Oh, I love this joke. This was so funny. And then he'll just look at me and be like, you were fine, I guess.
Like, he puts in the work to like have a specific joke for every cast member except you of like, I loved when you did this and this specific character turn. And Laena, you were okay. That's a great bit. I think it's the key to being friends with your ex.
It's a great bit, and it is like peaks and valleys for me of like, this is very funny, and like, okay, man. Which I think is what a rivalry is, right?
Yeah. When I went to Covenant Bible College, there was a guy I knew from summer camp that was also there. And I remember the whole year just like, man, I don't really like this Michael fellow. Just something about him bothers me, this Michael. And like, and I didn't know why, because he was like a nice guy and everything like that. And then I was talking to somebody like, yeah, I don't really like Michael. I don't know why. I should get over that. And he's just like, well, it's because at summer camp, he borrowed your nice shoes and destroyed them, remember? I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, I forgot why I hated this guy. And
holding onto the grudge so deeply that you had forgotten it, like, with your conscious brain, but your lizard brain was like, no, fuck this guy.
Well, and also, what does he need with your shoes?
Yeah,
Why does he need those at summer camp?
Well, he was going to play some game, and his shoes were like whatever.
His were nicer than yours.
Name names, I'm going to fight him. Yeah. That makes me so angry.
And that boy who destroyed my shoes was Michael Vetsch. Now you know the rest of the story.
I was going to walk over the coals with my own shoes.
Well, the last time we left our characters, they were being challenged by their rivals, Giga Team Flash Omega. And it's going to be a big old showdown. And of course, there's also rivalries within the group. There's going to be so much tension. But enough of all of this. It's time to play the game. It's time to play Slugblaster!
Play.
We open up in the bedroom of Tanya Lee. She is dressed, ready for this upcoming match, with your ringmaster-esque gear.
She's sitting there like fiddling with the belt and looking in the mirror and just like, fuck this thing.
And as you do, you can see off to the side your old Vorgel blade gear. You can see it hanging there, and it's been kind of distracting you a little bit and makes you think back to when you were on that team.
Like hung up in the closet, and like normally her closet is closed, but for whatever reason, she's just like left the door slightly ajar so it's in view.
Yeah, and it's specifically the same kind of gear that Iggy was wearing to make fun of you. And you're thinking back to that time, to one of your happiest memories from being on that team when it was at its best. And that's a flashback sound from Lost. I want you to describe what is maybe Tanya's favorite memory from Vorgel Blade.
I think it almost similarly mirrors the scene that we sort of saw with a few episodes back of the team in the locker room. But this would have been Vorgel Blade just coming out of what would have been their semifinals match, having just won. I don't know offhand what that game or competition would have been, but whatever it was, Vorgel Blade won, and this means that they are going to finals on this sort of miracle streak run for their crew, coming up as underdogs. No one expected them to go far at all, but somehow they've clinched it up to make it right to the last match of the season.
So these are your friends, and you're all celebrating and all that kind of thing. And you have this moment, you're high-fiving and all that kind of thing, but you talk to your one friend, Andy, and you're just reliving like what you just did on the field. I'm going to say it's the last time you played Slug. That's you were playing Slug, and that's what you won. And you're doing it again. So what does that look like? How did that interaction go, you think?
We did it. It finally paid off. I can't believe it. We stuck to our plan. We played to our strengths. We worked together. We listened. Andy, we're doing it.
Oh, man, I could not have pulled it off, though, without your strategy. That was just killer, the move that we pulled off.
Andy is definitely taller than Tanya, but not tall by any means, because Tanya is quite short. Reddish hair that would be shoulder length if it wasn't so curly, held back with a headband, gap tooth, glasses that are more tape than frame, dressed very sort of sporty Vorgel Blade kind of attire. And she's just grinning her big old gap tooth smile at Tanya. It's like,
you really brought us together.
Oh, stop. You're just saying that.
I'm not, because you know that I don't just say things, okay?
Come on. And Tanya sort of gives Andy a little playful shove on the shoulder.
She immediately shoves back.
And Tanya reaches out and actually sort of presses down some of the tape that's coming loose on the left side of Andy's frames. And well, we still got a ways to go with the finals, but I'm just so proud of us. We all pulled together and we really made strides.
Hey, I think we kind of made it, I mean, don't get me wrong, if we win the finals, which we're gonna, that's gonna be just huge, but this is already huge,
Yeah, by the sound of that crowd out there, there's gonna be people who want so many interviews right away and stuff, but can't let any of the sponsorships or anything get in the way. We gotta focus on the final match.
Right, yeah. We're gonna focus. You got it, boss.
That's when Andy's phone dings. You can hear it, and you wouldn't know it at the time. But in reflection, Tanya realized that's when Andy was being reached out to by Myper to, potentially join their super team that they're putting together in the pro leagues, up in the prestige leagues of the XBF. That was like the start of her going and making it big time.
I think the ding goes off and Andy grabs their phone and checks it. And for a moment, their smile just hitches down a little bit. And then they visibly kind of shake it off and put their phone away.
And then you are brought back to the present when your alarm goes off on your phone to you need to get going down to the starting line for your competition. Grab your stuff and head out the door. You hear the radio static. And that small boy who stumbled into Desneen for the first time grew up to be Jack Black. And now you know the rest. I'm saying that there is something down in the depths of down there. I lost my gear. It's there, but I got to go back. But there's a creature down there. You have to believe me. It's bigger than anything else I've ever seen.
Well, you know what they say. There's weird stuff going on in Desneen. Thanks for calling to talk it out.
And then you can hear that XBF kind of theme fading off in the background. She's expected to be out of action for the next 2 weeks while specialists work to get her face off of the coconut and back onto her head. Peel back from Quahalia is a porcupine you don't want to find in your laundry basket, Bjorn. Turning from the prestige leagues down to the grinder divisions of the XBF, where more round-robin matches are happening today, including Giga Team Flash Omega is taking on their rivals Sunset Sideshow in a game of slug. What can we expect to see, Garish? We're going to see two teams desperately push themselves to the limit like a porcupine hanging onto a clothesline. These crews have had a rivalry outside of the XBF for a couple of years, but this is the first time they face off in a sanctioned XBF match. Add to it, whoever wins this match will almost be guaranteed to advance to the tournament, while today's loser will have to fight it out for that second tournament slot, like a porcupine fighting over a piece of garbage.
We found this season's Graham Capone.
Oh my god.
And now we're actually in the car of Lou Miser as he is driving his stepson to the downtown where this competition is going to be taking place, kind of doing a pep talk ahead of the match.
All right, and we're not going to let Hades get the better of you this time, right? We're going to keep watch your six and make sure he doesn't try to pull a fast one like last time.
No, absolutely. I'm going to be keeping my eye out on all of them. The whole team, all of Sunset Sideshow is coming into this one. We're on our, for lack of a better word, best behavior, Lou. So we're going to be really focused on this one. I'm not letting those jerks in GTFO run roughshod over us.
Team spirit is all well and good, and I appreciate that. But at the end of the day, I'm not the team's stepdad. I'm your stepdad, and I can't control what they do. But also, you got to be thinking about your future, not just with this team, but your future in the league. And if you can find a moment to shine, you take it. You don't like I say, team spirit's all well and good, but your first priority is showing the world what you got, showing the world that you are a professional. And that you got what it takes to make it in the league.
Right, absolutely. It's
teams come and go, but your career is what's important.
Like you always say, like you've said just about every day since you married my mom. Okay,
love her to pieces. The light of my life.
Yeah, it was in the vows. That was weird that you were coaching me on Slugblaster while you were marrying my mom. And no, of course, it's gonna be good. We're really looking forward to. I appreciate it, Lou. I know you're just looking out for me and the success. And
I want to see you go far. I believe that you have what it takes to go far. I'm gonna make sure that you do whatever it takes. Right?
Whatever it takes. Absolutely.
And as you're pulling up to this play space. It's actually near a park that's in the little downtown of Sunset Cove where people have gathered. They've kind of like sectioned off a little place where the starting line is, and they've had some onlookers who are there, including Finn. Finn is like excitedly like waiting with his gear on and everything. And you can see a couple of your teammates already there, JB and Pavi. But we're actually going to flip over to that conversation of Pavi and JB as they are, you are maybe like doing your stretches, you're getting your board together, whatever the things are that you're doing your basics. Coach is nearby, kind of looking over the sheet and everything. People are gathered, you can see some of your friends around, but you're getting into your headspace, talking about what's on your minds as you're getting closer to game time.
You're looking extra stretchy today, bud.
Thank you.
I'm just saying, sometimes, like, if you're gonna be stretching, sometimes we're a little stiff, but today you're looking extra loosey-goosey, and that's real cool.
Well, I mean, I want to be at the top of my A game for sure.
And you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. I mean, so are you. So when you say best behavior,
Look, I just think that our goal is to ultimately, like, have the coach see things our way. If we place a bet, then we know that there are stakes and also that we have something to win and something to lose. So I'm just saying it doesn't hurt to try it out and just see, like, I think we should all channel our inner Tawny.
so would taking, say, a better route to the Golden Jungle, would that still fall under the umbrella of our best behavior?
I mean, yeah, sure, I don't care. Like, I think mostly what I think should happen is that we move in with our best intention, because I think that's what actually matters. And also, like, if we go the slower route, I mean, yeah, it's fine, whatever. But also, we're going to be so slow. We do need an advantage because we also want to make sure that we get there, we get in good spirits. We can get extra stretchy together when we get there, but without taking the short route, we're going to lose our stretch in time.
Exactly. Yes, we need more time.
We need more time. Yeah. Yeah, Coach will buy that, right? That'll be
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, does Coach need to know?
Is Coach coming?
The coach is actually going to be meeting you there. He's here at the starting line, but once the race ends, he's going to be coming in behind. And there will be some people gathered there in the Golden Jungle, likely as well. Not too many, because it is the Golden Jungle, but there will be a few hardcores that will join out there.
I'm a little stressed because I think, Pavi, I think it's a really good idea to take the short route. However, I don't know if Tanya's done it before. And if she has, she'll know what we're up to if she's taken this route before. But perhaps if we convince her, if Tanya buys in, everyone else will buy in.
Right. So we just have to convince Tanya. Who's
Yeah.
the one person who's never taken the route.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we could do it.
Yeah.
I think she loves me.
I really hate how this doesn't have pockets. JB's updated her look a little bit.
Okay.
Her hair is like pulled back.
Yeah.
It's barely long enough to be pulled back into. It's like the stumpiest little ponytail in the back, and there's still chunks of hair out of the side that are sort of like framing her face.
Yeah.
And in place of like the usual dress pants that she has this like black pleated skirt and black leggings, and she like keeps reaching for like her phone and then realizes that it's just like fully not on her person anymore.
A nice way to adjust would be to put fanny packs on both sides of your hips.
That'll look
Terrible, but it'll help.
Or I could just do this, and then she pulls her wallet out of her sleeve.
So good.
Ta-da! Even she is not too enthused by her trick.
Eventually, the whole team arrives, and you all saddle up. You come in one at a time.
As you are pulling your wallet out of your pocket, Iggy comes hoverboarding up and snatches it out of your hand and plays keep
Snatches it back and swipes you upside the head with it.
Yeah.
The coach comes to you, and you're all gathered and making eye contact. Okay, so this is This is going to be a challenge right away because GTFO has some good gear. They are fast. You're going to have to really focus in on this scramble so you can have control when you're heading into slug.
It's all right, Coach. We've actually had surprisingly good times at practice this past week, so I think we'll be in a good place to start off. As long as we keep to the route that we planned out and that we've pre-run, we should be fine.
Yeah.
Avi and JB exchange a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iggy catches this look and makes a note of it.
Yeah, because it is a straightforward path. There's not a lot to it. It is just going to be kind of putting your nose to the grindstone kind of a thing.
Little time consuming, right? Like just like a little bit slow.
Well, I mean, it's the straightforward path there. The coach actually doesn't know about this route because this is something that you discovered kind of before the coach. This is on your own adventures.
Yeah, my understanding, this is the four of us, Pavi, JB, Iggy, and Conklin, know this shortcut from our own adventures here, colloquially known as the mole hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you already have an idea of what the standard route was, or?
The standard route is kind of like you're starting here in the park, and they've set up to go through the standard, well-known route to the Golden Jungle. The portal is just kind of straight ahead in the park, and it goes through a bunch of trees, and then it takes you to a grove of trees in the Golden Jungle, kind of going through it's a well-worn path on the other side, and it would go straight to what you've discovered to be where the competition is, where there's like a fallen mech, and right near the big chasm, that's the famous chasm in the Golden Jungle that kind of bisects it for like miles and miles and miles. So you know where this area is, and you even kind of know the general layout of the different trick spots that they're going to probably go to.
All the XBF flags also help.
Yes.
You know, there's like slalom flags really pointing us to this official direction.
Yes, it is a little bit back and forth because it is amongst trees and everything like that. And it is not a short track, all said, from where it is, but yeah.
Iggy, now that he's joined the group, you can see is in his Slugblaster attire, which is kind of a circus strongman singlet thing. And I feel like he's part of the team. He has he will always like wear the gear, but usually he's pretty like sloppy with it. Like it's like, yeah, kind of begrudgingly wearing this. And today it is pristine. All of the buckles are done up and any reflective surfaces are polished. And it's all like, it looks like he ironed it. Like it's very pressed.
His rat tail is very nicely laid over his shoulder.
Yeah. He's like rebraided it. You can see there's like all the stray hairs have been reincorporated. And he kind of pulls Pavi and JB aside after catching this look, and it's like, "You guys thinking about going the back way, the mole hole?
Maybe. Yeah.
We're talking about the same mole hole that caused me to peel back from the Golden Jungle.
Yeah.
Brutally
I was
separating
talking
all of
about
my
it.
quantum essence and molecules before slamming them back together and jamming me into my home dimension again."
I mean, I was thinking about a different mole hole where it's just like going down a little slide and we're in the Golden Jungle. There's only one mole hole, Iggy.
You really gonna make me go through that again?
I mean, we don't have to.
Nah, I'm just kidding. We should totally do it.
I know.
Knowing you guys are having this conversation, Conklin is having a loud, oh yeah, Tanya, yeah, oh, it's gonna be good, practice, yeah.
And here's the other thing about this is it's whoever gets to the end. It's not the whole team that has to get there, just the first person from a team that arrives there. So
This kind of serves as the coin toss.
yeah, this is serving as the coin toss to determine who has the advantage. So it's not like the whole team has to get there first before the other. It's just one of you. So you're probably going to be looking out for the fastest of the group to, try to beat them. But technically, you could split if you want.
Pavi looks to Iggy and is just like, okay, Eagles, but you have to remember something. I don't actually get affected by peelback.
Oh.
So maybe if we get me most of the way there, maybe I can get there to get the toss up.
I mean, there's just one problem with that.
It's not you.
You're going to have to beat me there. It kind of gives you a shot.
Hey, listen. Okay, all right, whatever. I don't mind. You could do whatever you like.
Yeah.
But no matter what, I'll be there too. So we'll be a team.
Tasty.
So the coach, as you're having these things, okay, good luck, and I'll see you in the Golden Jungle. And he goes off ahead. Like, there are people that are going to be waiting at the other side. And so he gets on his little bike, and he heads off.
The Jetsons car noise.
That's right.
JB salutes.
And as JB salutes, Pavi is going to be like, all right, everybody, can we just get in a huddle? Can we just have a cute little huddle moment, everybody, please? Come here. Tani, come here.
What's up, Pavlova?
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We've had a really great week, right? And she looks specifically at Tanya.
It's been calmer than normal.
We've had a... She looks at Tanya real annoyed, being like, we've had a really great week, right?
Yeah, it's been great.
Okay.
Thanks for setting up that bet to make it this way.
Yes, of course. But now we all see that there is some trust here. We've worked really hard together, right? Right. And
Right.
everyone else.
What are you leading to?
We might have a way to get us there faster. Do you trust us to get us there?
We've been running the same route all week.
And that's how we know that it's slow as shit.
Why didn't you mention an alternative before? We've been planning this. You talking about trust? You didn't trust me enough to tell me about any of this sooner? What's going on?
It's not you. It is not you. Right, everybody?
No.
Of course not.
Okay.
We can't have anything that might tip off the coach.
Okay, well, now I'm on the other foot again. If it's something that... What are we doing?
Taking a shortcut.
We call it the mole hole. We discovered it years ago. Iggy may or may not have peeled back, but basically a super mole, I think they're called, from somewhere in the Golden Jungle, broke through a thin zone that connects to a culvert half a block from here.
Oh, yeah, it's just a super hole. Yeah. I'm going to stick to the route that we've been running, and I'm going to do it faster than you going through whatever weird mole hole you're talking about, because that is what we set out as a plan.
Iggy was about to come in with no, come on, we got to do this. But as soon as you proposed it as a race between us, he zips his lips. He's like, all right, well, it sounds like we've got our routes planned. Anyone who wants to follow Tanya on the designated route that we've been practicing can do that. And anyone who wants to get there first can go through the mole hole, and we'll just see what happens.
Wait, we're splitting up?
That feels like a bad idea.
Twice the chance of winning. I mean, if Tanya's right, then, we can't afford to waste that opportunity. Tanya might be right, and then all of our practice will have gone into nothing. We should send at least one person on the designated route in case it is, in fact, faster. But then, on the other hand, if we live in, reality, then we'll get there first.
At this point, Conklin's kind of been grimacing his teeth, and even though he did explain some of the mole hole lore, he's kind of like, guys, I like the shortcut idea as much as the next one, but we actually did do pretty good times on the straight and narrow, and look, we're gonna, obviously it'll look pretty cool if we, get there fast with our own secret knowledge, but we're also going to look really stupid if we all take a shortcut through a ditch and peel back before the match even starts. I'm sorry, guys.
That's why we should divide and conquer.
Well, then
we got twice the chances.
I'm going with Tanya. It's a story. I'm on a bike. I'm on a BMX. I can go fast as hell. I'm with Tanya.
Iggy, okay, Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to really think about this, okay?
Yeah.
I can go through the culvert with no repercussions. I can do it without peeling back. There is no chance that I will peel back. You might.
Nah, I did that once already. I'm over it.
Great. It sounds like we've got our new routes planned out. Let's keep it a clean match.
And while you are doing this, you haven't seen GTFO yet, and you hear music blaring over. They have a sound system. Go, 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 go. This kind of like techno kind of music comes in. And kind of like splitting the crowd comes these 5 individuals, 4 humans and 1 robot, who are, well, the humans are dressed in like these school outfits and everything like that, look very sharp, and they're proceeding forward.
Telling me they didn't travel here by airship? They didn't...
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
Well, they came through the normal dimensions, through Thenaspar and up and over this way. This team has actually traveled all the way from Japan, but because of the way the dimensional maps work, it was a simple trip over to Thenaspar, and it was not that far to come back over into British Columbia. It took them like 15 minutes to get here from Japan.
Just hop over to the other side of the world. No biggie.
No biggie. And it's why the contest is actually happening here at 7 p.m. because it's about noon back in Japan. So that's a part of the whole arrangements with the XBF. You have to arrange it between dimensions and everything. So they're coming in, posing their different angles and everything. It's like a Charlie's Angels kind of vibe, and everybody has
Throwing poses.
yeah, throwing poses.
So funny to me to hear you talk about like a Ginyu Force thing, a very well-established anime trope, but then refer to it as a Charlie's Angels.
I just didn't know like a name of a thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, Charlie's Angels pose. And they pose all in 1 second, and then suddenly the lens, the reality altering thing on the phone of Aphrodite gives way and it reveals their actual outfits underneath, morphing into like these bodysuits and everything, and now they're in contest mode. And it's the whole crew. It's Hades, Artemis, Aphrodite, Athena, and Super. And they are looking at you, and it starts with Artemis. Well, looks like Sunset Sideshow is ready to go. Huh? Well, you won't be able to handle us. And by the way, they are speaking Japanese. It's just that everybody has lobe globes, and so their lips are not matching up with the words that they're saying. Like, they also have that experience with you. Everyone in the dimensions is always the mouth is not matching up with the sounds, and they proceed towards the line. Do you have anything that you want to say to them?
I like the idea if, like, can we make a roll here for some sort of level of intimidation that will then give us an advantage in the race?
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, this is kind of like this is your, like, cutting a promo on them kind of thing. Yeah, absolutely. And everybody's, like, watching. Like, you are kind of gathered already and everything. So who wants to step forward and say something? And this is a check. There's consequences to this.
Yeah, I mean, if no one's rushing out the gate, Iggy will take the opportunity to dunk on him.
But I also feel like, is it established within our crew that Iggy will always talk and no one ever lets him?
I mean, yeah, Iggy goes to step forward and you can stop him if you want.
I wonder if JB, like, puts a hand on Iggy's shoulder, just, like, solemnly shakes her head, and then looks over at Tanya.
Hades, good to see you again.
Indeed. Well, I never thought I would see you in this context with these losers.
Grip on the gravity sledgehammer tightens.
Well, they may be losers at the moment, but we won't be by the end of this match.
Yeah, Pavi steps up and is just like, got him!
Okay, so you want to roll on that?
I guess so. Yeah, I got stuff for this. Yeah.
Do you want to hype?
Yeah, use a hype.
Sure.
Yeah, from the crew pool.
And I would offer you a D6 as well. Yeah, me too. As the one who's holding Iggy back.
All right. So yeah, then I'd be rolling 3d6. Is there any benefit to putting kick onto this, or?
It would just be to get style if you were wanting to do a trick.
And I think just 3d6 as it is. There's a 6.
6, yeah. So, like, people react, yeah, you're the hometown favorite. Finn is like, yeah! And everybody's very excited. You're going to get, right off the start, style for yourself and also a style for the crew. You've rebuffed. You've shown a lot of confidence, and it was very clear and direct, and people liked it. So you all line up at the starting line. There's the one ref that you remember from last time at the Blast Ball. She is currently in the Golden Jungle waiting at the finish line. There's just another guy here he's short. He's like about 5 feet nothing. He's got a mustache. He looks kind of like Mario if he was a real guy. And so he has like the starting pistol and everything. You're all lining up, you're looking at each other back and forth, ready, set. Now, how we're going to do this, there's going to be 2 routes. If you're taking the normal route, you're going to make 3 checks. All 3 of them have to be 4 or higher, and 1 of them have to be a 6. Basically, 4 and above is you're keeping pace with GTFO, and the 6 is like you're getting ahead of them, and thus being able to win. If you roll 1 to 3, that means you're like falling behind, and you'll have to roll 2 6s to catch up, or you'll have to use boost or whatever.
Gotcha.
And that's anybody from like this is not like a team roll. It's like it is individual. So 3 rolls.
This is the regular route?
This is the regular route. The other route, it's only 2 checks. 5 and lower is going to earn you a slam automatically. One of your 2 checks has to be a 6, and that's showing that you've got enough speed to actually utilize and get ahead of GTFO. Additionally, if it's 1 to 3, you're taking the slam, you're also not getting a style. Because the advantage of also going this shortcut is it's all considered to be a trick, and you're going to earn style. You can borrow from the team, you can do whatever it is. You can use your devices however you like. It is considered bad form to actually attack anybody. Like, you're not supposed to hit them, hurt them, cause them to fall off. Like, it's on your own merits. And when the gun goes off, immediately, 3 of them just take.
I like the idea of a coin flip in the NFL, and as it's in the air, the one guy sucker punches the other.
Before he can say tails.
Yeah.
Or you slap the coin out of their hands. And right away, you can see that Hades, Artemis, and Super, they clearly have faster gear, and they're taking off into the lead. So I'm actually going to focus on the people who take the slow route first. So that is, of course, Tanya and Conklin. So
JB didn't say.
Yeah.
Which way are you going?
I think once she realized everyone was splitting off, she started to get very anxious because she was very keen on the idea that, we take the mole hole, but we do it together. And like Pavi had said, if we get Tanya on board, we're good. So she was kind of operating under the assumption that if Tanya's not on board, we don't do it. So now that we're split up, she's a lot more conflicted, and she sort of sees both groups, the forking branches of her crew, go in 2 different directions. She looks over to Tanya and Conklin. She looks over to Iggy and Pavi. She knows Iggy peeled back. She knows Pavi can't peel back, but that doesn't mean she can't get seriously hurt. And she grits her teeth and skates off at top speed, following Iggy and Pavi.
Okay. So we just have the 2 then, Tanya and Conklin. Go ahead. Yeah.
I know you already said that the gun went off, but if I can like flash back it just a little
Sure.
or something, I think there's like a moment of Tanya and Conklin sort of chatting about it. And it's like, this will be a bit harder without Iggy's grav hammer, but I think we can still do the slingshot to kick you off. You're going to have way higher top speed. If I can help launch you at the start, you're our best shot going through.
I into it.
Heck yeah. So I think there's going to be a bit of a play of Tanya using the ability to like up the density on her kinetic deck to really like anchor down and give Conklin a way to launch off to hopefully like make a big rush at the very start. So I want to try and give you a D6 from my attitude for like concocting the plan, a D6 from my kinetic deck for like utilizing it to help launch you. And I also want to take a dare to give another D6 to you.
Sure.
Woo.
Hey, this is all for the first check of 3?
Yes. And I'd also give you a kick from my deck if a kick would be of any benefit to you as well.
I don't know that a kick helps us in this, so hold on to it. Great.
Can a kick shrink a check?
Yes, it could. It could shrink a check. Yeah.
So you could potentially clear 2 milestones in one roll.
you're giving me 3d6, right?
Yeah.
Plus the 2 I have, I'm pretty sure I'm feeling like I'm going to get a 6.
So then put the kick on it.
Oh, put the
Clear two.
Yeah.
Just so I know,
I don't understand but if we get 6, do we have to make the rest of the checks?
you still have to make it in case you fail, and then, you know.
Okay, then yeah, I'll take the kick. Okay.
Knock out 2, yeah.
By the way, for that dare, are you doing a trouble, or are you going to give
Just
me
taking a trouble, yeah. I didn't get any last run. I need to get some trouble.
You need some trouble.
All right. Well, with the help from Tanya's density and the 2d6 I already roll, the 3 Michael have given me
Doing
and
a
a
trick?
kick, and I'm gonna do a trick about it. Okay. Yeah. No, I love this idea, Tanya. Let's do it. All right. Here we go. 5 was the highest.
So it counts as 2 passes.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Get your style.
I get my style for the trick. I want to hear how this mechanically works, and then I'll, or like physically works, and then I'll tell you how that's a trick.
Yeah.
I think we're sitting at the start line, and just at the last moment before the gun goes, Conklin, you actually like turn your bike around as though you're gonna ride in the other direction. And Tanya's gonna grip on and using the centrifugal force swing you. She's locking her board down with the extra weight on the place to spin you and launch you around in the other direction. So even though it looks like we're going the opposite way off the start, that's just to build up the force to really whip you forward to keep going.
Great. Then I think my trick is I'm not mechanically turning into a monster in this moment because that costs me resources and is a whole thing. But I think if you're going to have me whipping around centrifugal force style, he is going to like low-key turn into a monster because it's got big Tasmanian devil vibe.
Yeah.
And is going to kind of give the camera
Long tongue, huge.
long tongue, huge grin. And then off we go.
Kick it, Cavanaugh!
And are you going to roll yourself? Are you going to, like, because the other thing is, technically, if you're just willing to take the L, like, you're just going to go there. You're going to go quickly, but it depends. Are you going to try to be competitive? And of course, if you fail, then, you know, you can get trouble and slams and all that stuff. So that's a gamble, right?
And if I were to succeed at this, we would just be...
Well, it's a backup, right? Like, basically, it's another chance.
So as an individual, okay.
Or do you want to save your resources for the actual slug part? Because this is
I'm gonna.
This is not winning you anything.
slug. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't even need to. You could just take a. You're still going fast. Like, I'm not saying you're slow, but you're not.
And all your hopes on Conklin.
Yeah.
Who has
It's
one
kind of
more
like-
opportunity to clinch that.
That feels like the strategist play.
Yes, absolutely. You know who you're. It's like essentially you're going on a breakaway. So you're flying ahead, and this momentum that you've gotten from Tanya helps you get through the first portion, which is just across the park. You hit the nth gear at the end of the park as you're going into this grove of trees. Pass over into the other side, and now it's like the familiar trees of the Golden Jungle. You've been doing this run, getting ready for this, and it's nice and orderly. There are some people along the way. It's like that rally car, if you've ever seen rally cars, where there's just weirdly people near a car just blindly going down a road. I do not understand that. But that's where...
There's a little rope between them. It's fine.
Yeah, that'll be enough. And you're flying through. You go into the next portion. You're coming up towards the end. Yeah, what do you want to do going into this last roll? Now, here's the thing. Basically, in the 3 rolls, one of them needs to be a 6. So you're kind of hoping that it was going to happen the last one. So this one needs to be a 6.
If you want to beat GTFO.
Yes. And basically, with the problem with failures, it would put you behind. So, but you're keeping pace with them.
Yeah, I'll just take a dare.
Okay.
To take a trouble and an extra d6.
Yeah.
So now I've got 3, and he's just gonna keep going.
Sure.
But he's just like pedaling really hard. He's got all sorts of momentum behind him. The tires of his BMX are kind of glowing nth gear purple. He's standing up on the bike, right? Like he's not seated on the thing. He's pedaling as hard as he can, and he's just kind of slaloming in and out of these what were dull trees, now golden jungle trees. And 5.
Ooh. And this is the thing. This is where you are seeing that as much as you're going, and you're going
neck and neck with Hades and maybe another one.
Yeah. And Super's just kind of got the rocket knees. He's technically a Trev 17 unit.
A Treventine, if you will.
A Treventine. And is flying down. but it's Artemis who is just like a little ahead, and you're like, oh no, we're going to now flip over to the other team. And there's a couple of drones that follow because they're broadcasting this, right? They have one drone per team, kind of a thing. And as you folks are splitting off, the drone actually stays with Conklin and everything. So nobody knows that you've split off to a degree, except for the broadcasters have kind of noticed that the three of you are splitting away. And by God, where are they going? They're not going down the normal route. Have they already got lost? And then, go ahead and what are you going to roll then?
To be clear, we're still heading towards the culvert.
Yes, this is going to be kind of like getting to the culvert and through the portal in the culvert.
Should we all roll them at the same time?
I think so.
And we're each rolling for ourselves at this point.
Yeah, you can take a leisurely kind of
Because it's closer, right?
Yeah, it's faster, and once again, it's just somebody needs to get a 6.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to roll 3d6 for this one.
Okay.
I'm rolling with 4. I'm going to use show off. You get plus 1d6 when you do a trick, and I am going to be doing a trick, and I have an idea for that. And then I'm also going to do double dare to mark 2 trouble and take 2d6.
This is automatically a trick. By going this route is a trick.
It's a trick.
That's kind of why it's also the consequences
We're all
are
doing
harder.
a trick.
So this is automatically a trick for you.
I'm rolling with 4, though.
Okay.
JB is sort of sensing Pavi's hesitation. I think she looks over at Iggy and she calls out, Pavi's the one.
He kind of gives you a look like, yeah, if she can catch me.
She flips you off.
He blows you a kiss.
She pulls out her wand, starts doing the wibbly wavy nonsense with the wand, but she doesn't unsheath it into the negative friction sword yet.
Yeah.
I'm just going to mark a d6 from the negative friction sword. I'm rolling with 2.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. This went very badly.
Oh, don't say that.
I got 2 2s and a 1.
No.
Oh, no.
I got a 5.
I got a 6, baby.
So Iggy is bolting ahead, like you're going at full speed, and you're going off. You actually race through the streets of Sunset Cove, and you're heading towards the shore. And you kind of like hop down, take along the shoreline, and then you're coming up along the culvert. You make a nice kind of like leap up and immediately start going around in the circle in the culvert and proceeding quickly right away.
Yeah, I think the 6 is me using that like slingshot maneuver that we had rehearsed with Conklin.
Yeah.
I use it on myself. I slingshot, like whip the hammer around and just send myself flying in a chaotic and then flip it under me and get the board down.
Yeah.
And the second order of business is getting the phone out and streaming, and that's the trick element of this is me, because he said no one is broadcasting this, but I start streaming to our page.
Yeah.
What's up? All the real ones know that you can't get all the action on broadcast. You got to get the uncensored cut. So what's up to the true fans? This is Iggy, and I'm about to win this thing.
And then go off into the culvert, and so it gets all dark in there.
Yeah.
You're flying through the culvert, and you're picking up speed. And it was kind of weird because, like, as you're picking up, you never know when the portal is because it's just darkness in there. And suddenly, you know it's on the other side because suddenly you can hear the change in the audio and like all that kind of stuff. You have your like little light.
It was from like metallic and hollow and echoey to like dense. I can feel like the weight of the earth around. Yeah.
And it's got that musty kind of feel, earthen smell. I think next it's got to be JB because you rolled a little bit better.
I am keeping an eye on Pavi though.
Yes, you're keeping up. And maybe that's a little bit it. You are doing all right. Pavi, I think something happens to you as you are leaping up onto the culvert and inside of that, because that's the kind of trick part of this. And I think you kind of clip it and I think you damage your board a little bit. Basically, your slam is compromised repulsor.
Ooh.
What can I nope it?
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't open it. That's a couple of trouble.
How many?
2 trouble.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Yep.
So, like, basically, I think it still happens, but you're like, you're going to repair it later, kind of a thing. But it's right now. Meanwhile, JB is following behind, kind of like, what's happening?
I think JB is sort of trying to keep pace with Pavi. Maybe they're like helixing through the culvert, pulling tricks mostly for each other. She sees that the repulsor is starting to like come loose. She comes close and does a little like nudge with her skate, and she kind of jams it back into place to sort of help along so that Pavi's board doesn't fall apart on her.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got you.
You also break through into the other dimension, trying to do your best to follow this ahead of you.
Tanya, you're at the back of the pack because you put it all on Conklin, and you get a notification on your phone, and it's the stream link to our account.
Okay, let's roll this second roll.
I mean, I already got my 6. I'm getting there ahead of GTFO, correct?
Yeah, you're just trying
I'm
to
just
avoid
rolling to avoid a slam. But I mean, I can take 1 slam. I got a slam box, so I'm gonna roll with 1d6.
Okay.
And use that, and it's automatically a trick. But even if it wasn't, I'm doing a trick. My trick is texting the link to Tanya.
Do you then automatically get another d6 if it's a trick?
Oh, I guess because I have show off.
Yeah.
All right, I'm rolling with 2.
Can't even showboat that much.
Damn it.
I want to use my field projector.
Okay.
I want to basically make this tunnel that we're in like a skeleton track, like just a sheet of ice that we can just like shoot through.
True. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So my role, I guess, will be to sort of like speed me along, but also to sort of help out my friends.
Okay.
I'm not going to add a d6 from my sword, but she was like setting up this ability as she was approaching the culvert. So if it's all right with you, I would like to add a d6 from patient.
Yeah.
And then I will roll 2 d6.
Sounds good.
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
That's a 1 and a 2.
Oh, no.
Once again, you two, Sue and Laena, you get a style each because it's a trick. Robyn, Iggy is going and flying.
Yeah.
He's ahead, but it goes bad.
Yeah.
I actually want to take a pause here. What's all your troubles? What trouble? How much trouble do you have?
I got 4.
Me to know and you to find
4?
out.
How much is that, Laena?
None. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
No trouble?
No, none.
Good for you.
Perfect. Okay, so as you are...
Feels nosy is all.
How dare you ask?
Invasive.
I think it's going really well, going at a really high speed, everything's going well, when suddenly from the roof, a mega mole, which is basically a mole, like imagine, like this is even bigger than the last time you scrapped with one.
Yeah.
This one just like kind of collapses right near you. Now you're going to take some rocked, I guess.
I like the idea because I mean we've established that I got the 6. I'm getting there fast, but this is going to be a slat. So I like the idea if it's not that I'm held up by this. It's that pushing through it gives like essentially a road rash kind of rocked is a good way to put it.
More money, more problems.
Perfect.
Can I nope, actually?
Noping for me?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you do?
Mole crashes through the roof.
Yeah.
Slips, falls on its ass, slides down the tunnel from my right.
So it like lands like right in front of you.
The legs go in a blur like in a cartoon, flipping on a banana peel.
Oh, I like this even better because you established like Pavi's the one. We all got to support Pavi, and I was like, "Fuck you," and took off. And now you're the only reason that I don't get eaten by a mole along the way. Like,
so you got that noped for you.
Yeah.
So you have 2 trouble. You have 4, Sue, and you have 4, Robyn. I think I'm going to do this to you then, Robyn. I have bite.
Yeah.
And as I established at the end of last episode, because you got to -3 with GTFO, I was given 3 extra bite for this round. So I'm using 2 right now to call for an immediate disaster roll on Iggy.
Oh my God.
No.
But I already rolled my 6. I get there.
Oh, you have the speed.
Yeah.
But you might be going down the wrong tunnel because basically this mole's coming down and you might have to peel off into a different direction. You're not getting your slam, but you might be heading off in the wrong direction and it's going to cost you everything.
All right. 1 die for every empty trouble box.
Every empty trouble box, you roll 1 die.
Rolling with 4.
Hey there, sports fans! It's me, Laena. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Quantum Kickflip. If you've been loving Quantum Kickflip, there are a number of ways that you can support us. You can follow us on social media at Quantum Kickflip. You can tell your friends about us. Word of mouth is honestly so powerful. And you can also support us by subscribing to us on Patreon. If you join our Patreon at the $2 Shredder tier, you get access to every single episode 2 days early. If you join at the $5 Ultranaut tier, you get access to bonus content dating all the way back to Season 1. Subscribe today and you can listen to our talkback for the first 2 episodes of Season 4. If you join our Patreon at the Partier tier, you can watch the Q&A for Season 4 that we hosted live and tune in to other future monthly live streams. And if you join at the Legend tier, you get a special shout out right here in the ad break. To get access to all of these fabulous goodies, head to patreon.com/quantumkickflip and subscribe today. And speaking of legends, Garish Typhoon is here with a special message.
Hello, I'm Garish Typhoon, and I am happier than an alligator in a pool of paralyzed chickens to be able to announce to you the legends that are going to be entered into this year's XBF Hall of Fame. They include Craig from Canberra, Australia, David G, Mana, Diamantina, a Ratlon, Nash Fesman Farmer. You'll see them all at the wonderful ceremony in Popularia where we will bring out the finest champagne cannons and edible trophies. Thank you very much, and we will see you out there on the field.
This season, Quantum Kickflip is proud to be sponsored by MythWorks and Wilkie's Candy Lab. Slime, Warp, and Solder is the official expansion for Slugblaster. This gorgeous box set contains 3 zines, printed in eye-popping spot color, and filled with new monsters, gear, tables, runs, and character options. You've already seen some of the expansion material in Sheesa's 5D Mind and Conklin's Monster DNA, and more is coming down the pipe. You can pre-order Slime, Warp, and Solder and other Slugblaster goodies on BackerKit. You can catch the next episode of Quantum Kickflip on Wednesday, July 15th, or 2 days early if you're a patron. Thank you so much for listening, and let's get you back to the action.
So, what did you roll? We waited here long enough.
I did, in fact, roll a 6 on that one. So
Oh,
go ahead and mark my
by style. Absolutely. So while this mole has fallen in front of you and is like slipping and sliding, there's this moment where you have to like get around it. And fortunately, you were able to still sneak in behind where you needed to go and stay on track, kept your speed up, and your
5-hole, baby.
5-hole. Yeah. The other 2 are like the moles has kind of slid out of the way, so it's a little easier. That's why they're not rolling disaster rolls, and they're also keeping up. They also rolled 6s, and so the 3 of you, we go back over to Conklin as he's realizing, oh no, I'm not going to catch up. Suddenly, up, kind of like shooting out of the ground and like kind of launching and landing just right in front of Artemis and almost like causes her to crash out, and you make it right in front of the ref where there's like this little pole that's set up, and you tag the pole. The 3 of you almost simultaneously bap, 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 and like you get there, and Artemis, you may have beaten us here, but still the challenge is ahead. And
is this the ref who never smiles from the first one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iggy tags the pole and then like kind of grabs it and like swings around it to sidle right up to the ref and like comes to a stop next to the ref and kind of like puts an elbow up and is like, "Hey, how's it going?"
And she just drops the shoulder and, "Please do not touch ref."
I think Conklin and Tanya, make their way as well, and I guess we should have taken the mole hole. They crushed it. They're so fast. I was giving it my all. We were going so fast.
You were really putting it in, Cavanaugh. I appreciate that, and like we did the best that we could, changing the plan. I don't think the risk was worth it. It paid off this time, but who knows if it will next time.
Yeah, like I said, we would have looked really silly if they all came back, covered in mole feces or something, and 5 minutes behind us. But you know what? I'm gonna choose to see the positive in this. I'm gonna choose to see the win. We're first up in Slug, and that's really all that matters, right?
Iggy comes gliding in at this point, like, hey, yeah, don't nobody beat yourself up here. This was team playing. We maximized our chances by taking 2 different routes and doubling our chance of winning the race. This was all about strategy, and it doesn't matter who might have gotten here physically first, because the whole team got here first, and that's what matters. This was smart playing and smart thinking. Way to go. And kind of pats Tanya on the back.
Yeah, you're really wedging the I into the way you spell team there, huh? I for Iggy, of course.
Only way I know how to spell it.
Cut away, Iggy's report card.
And Coach Kullner is like kind of like off to the side. I remember when I was in high school playing basketball, and there'd be like the one kid who's like always shooting threes, and it's just like, just play the game. And like he would be doing it, and the coach was like, he hit it, I guess. But it's like, you're not following the play. Now, people are all gathered in this clearing. There's been some work done here. There's a ramp put in place and a rail, and there's a half pipe that has been constructed around here, all by Hard Decker, high quality craftsmanship. And there's these hollow lights that are kind of put up in different places. There's 7 different spots. And basically what is going to happen as you're going to do Slug, and then there's kind of people gathered around and scattered about watching. And what you're going to be doing, your team gets to go first. Obviously, you choose which of the tricks, which spot you want to go to, and you're going to then try to set the trick. The other team is going to try to match it or beat it, and then it'll go back to your team. It'll have to be a new player. It keeps going back and forth until somebody fails to do the move, and when they fail to do that, they earn one of the letters of Slug. Okay, so we're going to have a progress track for the other team getting the letters. Yeah. We're going to call it GTFO because GTFO is earning the letters. I didn't want to have Slug and Slug because that would be confusing. So GTFO.
Yeah. Good call.
Slug for us, GTFO for them.
Yes. Yeah. How this is going to work. I don't have any dice to roll. I'm changing this how we did it from season 1. These folks are extremely talented and have like really good gear. They're at the peak of their abilities. So when you are setting a trick, you need to roll at least a 4 or higher.
Yeah.
They automatically roll 4 out of the gate. And there are certain types of tricks that you can set up. There's ones that are based on maneuver, ones that are based on speed, ones that are based on like actual tricks of the board. So tricks, maneuverability, or speed.
Gotcha.
For instance, the ramp, the rail, and the half pipe are all trick-based.
Yeah.
Okay? One of the tricks, the big one, is trying to jump the chasm, and that's all about speed.
Yeah.
And then finally, there's a bamboo thicket. There is the warrens, going back into the warrens, and then there's also like a pit. It's just like a pit that you go down into, and that's all about maneuverability, avoiding hitting things. And so
so if you're talking maneuverability, then I think we've got that maneuverability matrix from the last one. We never did it as in the lab, but I think Conklin ended up taking it because he's got the BMX.
Yep.
He's got the most dexterity and sort of maneuverability. So this is going to take his BMX maneuverability to
Does it like add another gear that he can shift to, or like?
Oh yeah, that's fun.
you know what? Can I?
Hover gear. Or something?
Yeah, a hover gear, or even you know how like a bicycle pivots on the one axis. He can now almost like tip the front wheel up and down again. It's now got an X and a Y axis as well as just like the speed and ability to turn on the regular axis is increased, and now he can like lift the front wheel up without necessarily having to do a wheelie.
Yeah.
Dope.
Love it. Love it.
And also crunch it, like almost curl it down more, so now the two wheels are like closer together.
Can ride it like a tiny bike in the Krusty the Clown trick.
Yeah.
That's funny. So on those, the ones that involve maneuver, the bamboo thicket, the warrens, or the pit, you'll get an extra dice for those when you're doing the tricks there.
You said they automatically get a 4, and we have to roll ours. I'm assuming there's stuff that can, cause them to increase or decrease.
So each one of them have a specialization. So some of them are kind of good at 2 of them, and they can get automatic 5s. A couple of them have like 1 specialization. They can get automatic 6s. If I want to increase it, I can spend 1 of my bite to add 1 or 2 or like however many I want to set the number. So how can you modify your rules? Yes, you can add more dice just like normal, or you can spend kick, and you'll have to declare it beforehand. I'm going to add kick to this, and it's going to simply add 1, or if you're adding 2 kick, 2 or however many.
Increasing the result.
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm going to say you may increase it. What I mean is you could roll, and afterwards, say if you rolled a 6 and you don't want to set it too high, because if I decide I'm going to match it, I'm going to spend all my trouble to get it, it means it'll come back around to your next player, and now it's even higher, right? So you may want to, look, I just want a 6. I'm going to add a kick. Oh, I rolled a 6. I want to just keep it there, because you're trying to manage these things. You don't want to push it.
So it's not just pass fail. We're trying to beat a number.
Yes. So
wild.
Yeah. And so eventually I'll have to tap out. I only have 6 bite. You might want to just take the loss. I'm like, I'm not going to spend resources, because you have to spend your resources well.
Is there any way to make them fail their roll?
Like subtract their numbers or anything?
Yeah.
I would be open to you maybe doing something to mess with them a little bit.
Similar to like adding kick could boost our number. It could also potentially decrease their number. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Cool.
I would say, depending on what you pitch me, you'll have to be careful, because if it basically comes down to you're fucking with them, that's not appropriate.
Yeah.
But, there might be things that you could be doing to mess with it, right? Like, it's possible. So I'll be open to it, but I'll have to hear your pitches.
Okay.
And so what's happening at the start is you decide who goes first and what spot you want to go to. Once the spot's been finished, then we'll move on to, and a letter's been handed out, we move on to the next spot.
Gotcha.
But once the order is set, so if Iggy decides to go first, that means Iggy's always at the top of the order, and we're going to keep rotating through.
Yeah.
Additionally, if you roll a 1 to 3, not only do you fail to do the trick, you're going to take a slam. It doesn't have to necessarily be a physical slam. It could be just frustrating. Like this is the tense moment of the game. So there's a slam there. If you roll 4 and above but fail to match, you get no style and you earn a letter. But you won't take a slam. So at the very least, you want 4. So who wants to go first, and which one do you want to do? As I said, bamboo thicket, warrens, and the pit are all maneuvers. Rail, half pipe, and ramp are tricks. And then the chasm jump is speed. But the chasm you may want to leave to last, because there's super slams with the chasm. Because it's a chasm. So
If you jump the chasm, then you got to get back across the chasm.
yeah.
You gotta jump back. Yeah.
I think before anyone's able to say anything, Pavi just says, I think because we kind of rocked with our own decision, maybe Tanya could make the decision, huh? She looks specifically at Iggy to be like, that's a good idea and we should do that right now, right?
Iggy's just grinning. He's so satisfied with how this all played out that he's like, yeah, no, whatever. I think that's, you know what? Pavi, I think that's a great idea. I think it's Tanya's time to shine.
How kind.
Eh,
Yeah, I think Tanya's going to make a play for going at the half pipe. And I think the notion of it, I assume like up one side of the half pipe is where this sort of hollow light is.
Yes, yeah. So basically, you'd have to go to the top. So maybe you could do a grab, you can do a jump and do a trick, whatever. There's a
Yeah, I think her notion is like she's going to like be up one side, and I guess I should probably roll for this first and then see how it actually goes.
yeah. That might be that. I think that's how you're going to do it. So as I said, dares you can add an extra d6, or you can do once again adding one to the roll if you want.
So yeah, I'm going to add a d6 from my kinetic deck as well as a kick for it.
Okay.
I think I will grab one from the hype if that's also all right.
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
Cool. So I'm rolling 3d6 with a kick. A 1, a 3, and a 6.
Now, do you want to keep it a 6, or do you want to add the 1 from your kick to make it a 7? It would force me to use bite if I was to match it. I could also just take the letter. And it would also force whoever follows you to roll a 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick it up to the 7. I think we got to start strong.
Oh, okay.
If it makes you burn your resources, it makes you burn your resources.
That's a very Tanya move, and I love it.
Because think of it, especially when you're adding the kick, you're almost like adding there's 2 elements to it, if you can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think she starts up on the one side of the half pipe, and she rides down, and she's kind of like not quite up the side, back and forth, trying to get. She swings up high, and it looks like she's almost going to go for tapping the light, but instead of making any sort of reach for it, she goes right back down the half pipe. She gains high air back on the same side that she started.
Yeah.
Then she kicks one of her ring skates across the open gap of air between one side of the half pipe to the other, hits the light, and then using the proximity lock, pulls it right back to her foot and lands on the top of the half pipe where she started.
You gotta hit it from the far side.
Brilliant.
Gary Larson for you.
Aphrodite steps forward. She's in the red outfit. She pulls out her phone, taps a couple of things. She puts in an earbud, licks her finger, puts it to the air. Seems like taste in the air.
Is there like anything visually that like differentiates Aphrodite, or is their whole deal that they're all kind of children of the corn?
they're all a little bit different. Aphrodite has like she's bleached her hair and everything like that, and they're in like pigtails to a degree. And
Are they like Power Rangers-y? Are they like
Yes.
color coordinated? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
What color is Aphrodite?
Red.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been imagining a Totally Spies situation.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah. Totally Spies is very Super Sentai. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, Aphrodite's red, Athena is yellow, Artemis is blue, Hades is black, and then Super is metal. Like silver. He's a silver robot. Like almost like C-3PO looking, where there's almost And Aphrodite goes in. Let's see. Aphrodite's actually probably one of the best trick makers on their team. Goes in hard, flies up the other side, and as she's going, she does like a twist in the air, kicks, throws out her phone all the way across. It comes flying back, and as it reaches her hands, she takes a photo. Bam! Like as she's coming next to you, as you're like looking up, camera's coming down, and so like grabs you in the shot and everything.
Oh, Tanya's just in the background of the shot.
Yeah. And she is just a tricks person. So she's one of the auto 6s, and I'm going to spend 1 bite to bump it to 7.
Hey.
I'm going hard on you. So that's I now have 5 bite left. So who's going to?
We're wearing them down.
Yeah.
Tanya did see the phone coming up, and in the background of the shot, she's just kind of like stone-faced but flashing a small peace sign.
Love it. So yeah, all she did was match, did not increase it. So who's going to go next? This will also solidify the order for you guys. So
Okay. I think Pavi is kind of playing to the crowd a little bit. She's wearing like this like spandex version of the outfit she wears like every day for this fortune teller kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
But it's got belt loops. She puts her thumbs in the belt loops and she's walking around. She's giving like a real like cowboy kind of a vibe.
sure.
She takes the ribbon out of her hair and takes a ring off her finger and ties it to the end and then makes a bit of a lasso.
Very good.
So she's going to do her little cowboy walk onto her board and then just hit the ramp. And then instead of touching it, she's gonna try and like just like whip the light.
Okay.
And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna use middle finger. I'm gonna add 2 kick to it. So that should give me an 8.
Yeah, baby.
Okay. So you're doing the middle finger right
Middle finger.
Okay, and you do it perfectly. Just slap it out. You then also land beside Tanya and Aphrodite.
Is there any extra stank you put on it to make it an 8 as opposed to a 7?
Oh, you know what she's gonna do? Okay, she's gonna, because there's like drones kind of capturing everything.
Yeah.
She's gonna choose one, and then as she like whips it at the light, she's gonna whip it back at the drone so that the ring like creates like a frame around Pavi blowing a kiss to the camera as she lands.
That is some 5D mind shit. That's the kind of like you would never be able to vector that out unless you had a 5D brain.
Perfect calculation.
Whips ass.
You
You got another tricks person, Dave? Is that your one tricks person?
Yeah, does that count? Like, does that count as part of the trick for, like the
I mean, they got to get an 8. Yeah.
Okay.
You get a style if you haven't taken one.
Heck.
You get a style for sure. So next up, I think I'm going to send Super steps forward. Don't worry, friends, I can take care of this. And Artemis, Super, we believe in you. We always believe in you. Thank you. And Super tries to go up, flies up, kind of like goes and shoots out his hand, just like, and it's about to come back. And it does touch the light or whatever, and it comes back, and then he just lands, and it's nothing. Like, he did not add any movement. And how was that? We need to get a better robot. So Super is now second. Super is not good at tricks. Not.
So what did you roll on
those.
that? You just a 4?
Basically, got a 4.
Yeah.
It was just a 4.
And you don't want to add how many byte? You don't want to add 4 byte? You could add 4 byte.
Does that mean?
No, I'll just take G.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Blammo.
Yeah, the ref raises the hand, and we now, it does flip back over to you folks, because you still control the board, kind of a thing.
Iggy tries to trash talk as the robot lands. Like, yeah, looks like it's time for you guys to GTF. It really sucks that they like incorporated the acronym into their brand, because like I want to tell them to GTFO, but it's just like
They are that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, it also gets lost in translation too, because like that's what it is in English, so it doesn't translate like.
Actually, somehow it does.
So who's going to set this next trick?
Where is the light in relation to the pit?
The pit is, if you're imagining, it's not just straight up and down. It is at a very sharp angle, pointed down. It's like the shape of a test tube, if you can imagine. So it's like a long, narrow tube, probably 8 feet across. You could kind of jump down and just go to the bottom where the light is at the bottom of the test tube. But that's not really the point of it. You're trying to use the tube and spin around and do tricks and do all that kind of stuff while avoiding, like, specifically there's roots that are popping up out of the, like, because it's in the ground, right? And like
That's what makes it a maneuverability challenge.
that's right. And it's not like a perfectly smooth tube. It's like rocky. It's like, so that's why you're trying to find the line as you're going down. And
Everyone's tube bends a little bit.
yeah,
Curve. It's,
yeah, you got it. There's always a hook in the tube. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I'll try to make my way down to this pit, try and get this light, try and do some fancy footwork with my skates to get there nice and quickly and with flair. And then I might also have an idea for how I get out of this pit.
Ooh.
So, what I'm going to do, I definitely want to add a kick to this from my Nega Friction sword. And then I think I am going to add 2d6, 1 from my sword, 1 from my attitude. So I'm going to roll 3d6 with a kick. And I know it's all tricks, but check it. I got a 6.
Oh, nice. So did you want to add 1 because you added a kick? Did you want to make it a 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
All right. Now, what does this look like? What does a 7 look like?
I'm imagining like one of the drones is probably following JB down to like capture exactly what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
She positions herself at the edge of the pit, is like doing a little like come hither beckon to the drone, blows it a kiss, and then starts to skate down. And at first she's sort of like, sort of slaloming her way through. She's kind of taking advantage of the skates that she's like, passing over like rocks and roots between her feet and stuff like that. At one point she flips around and skates backwards for a little bit and then flips back. And then she starts moving quite a bit faster and more directly towards the light. And as she does, she unsheaths her Nega Friction sword. Hard light shoots out from the tip of her wand to make this sort of straight short sword look. She sort of points forward, thrusts towards it, slashes down, and to the view of the drone, she disappears. And on the surface, another drone catches as she emerges from one of the tunnels in the warren.
Oh, so you just like teleported out of the tube?
Flip rattle to teleport out from the bottom of the pit.
That rules.
So they have to go into the pit, tag it, and somehow come out from the warren.
Yeah. Amazing. I love that.
I'm also taking it to like, I feel like we're probably pretty generous with the tricks of like, the numbers and beating the numbers is what matters. And then you can justify, like, for example, when Pavi did the perfect ring in front of the camera, I assume that for GTFO to match that, it's not that they have to do that exact same thing and also make a ring around themselves, but they have to do something impressive for the camera on top of the initial trick. Like, and, in the same way that, like...
equal effort level.
Yeah, Tanya threw a ring skate, and it was like, oh, you have to tag it from the opposite side. How you tag it, like, you don't have to throw your ring skate, because then they would just auto-fail.
Opposite side is
Yeah, there's a little interpretation. Like,
Yeah, for JB, it could be that, like, you don't go back the way you came. You have to find a different way out of the pit.
Exactly, yeah.
Because especially even the very fact that not everybody's using hoverboards. Like,
Exactly. And there's got to be some, like, and that's probably what the ref is there for, is to make that ruling of, like, did that match?
Yeah.
Athena steps forward in her yellow outfit. She's an African-American team member. She had actually moved from Chicago and joined the Japanese team. And she's like way taller than the rest of them. Like, she clearly played volleyball or basketball or like, and she's probably like one of the best maneuverability people that they have. She's on her hard light board and she says, it's in English. She actually speaks English.
Words match her.
Yeah, that's right.
To us,
yeah. And then and she goes and proceeds on down and kind of like is looping around the whole pipe on the nose of her board and everything like that until right at the end where she barrels down, gains as much speed as possible, and engages her flicker switch. And it means she disappears from existence
Yeah.
through and winds up on the other side of the thing into the Warrens, kind of like what you did, but just like slightly different.
Right.
That's how normally that avoids slams, but she did it to like disappear for just a few
She avoided
seconds.
the slam of crashing into the bottom of the pit.
And yeah. And it came out the other side. So I'm going to also use maneuverability is her thing. So I just needed to use 1 for that.
You don't want to spend 2 to increase it?
No. No. I can take my. I'm like, you can't roll 6s forever.
Wait, so what number does that land her at?
Just at 7.
7.
She matched it. Yeah, because it was essentially almost the exact same thing. It's just that the movement was a little bit different.
Back to us, and Iggy turns to Conklin and kind of claps him on the shoulder and like, oh man, maneuverability, this is your whole deal. This is you're up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to teleport through solid ground, but I don't know. I'll think of something. I'll put Monster Brain on, and I'll think of something.
Yeah, I love it. I love that. So what do you think this looks like?
So I think he's like, okay, I'm up. Conklin is going to hop on his BMX. He's not in monster mode at this time. He's just doing it himself.
Okay.
And I know you said there's some like craggly roots and rocks,
Yep.
as well as being very steep. That's sort of what JB was skating down. I don't know if anyone's familiar with trial bikes, but it's the coolest cross sport where it's guys on motorcycles, but they're doing really short, high maneuverability moves where they're like getting up on one wheel and like climbing up rocks on a motorcycle. Or on a dirt bike, essentially. So he's doing that, but with his BMX. And so he engages his new mobility matrix and starts like sort of stepping down all the different craggly bits, maybe even like hooking his bike onto some of the roots and like swinging. At one point, he maybe does a flip where the root is underneath the tire, kind of where the handlebars meet the fork of the tire.
Yeah.
Does like a flip. And yeah, he's kind of doing trial bike stuff all the way down. And this is where I will roll. I get 2 because I'm chill, and I will take a dare to mark a trouble and an extra D6.
And yeah, you have to get to 7 too.
And
So
I guess I'll add a kick from my monster DNA, and that'll actually be how he's going to try to come back up out of the hole.
okay.
I can't teleport through the ground, so I'm hoping this will count.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the kick to get it. That's to get a 7, right?
Yes.
I guess I need.
So you need to roll a 6 on the dice and spend the kick to
We do have a hype kick.
Yeah.
I'll take the hype kick. So I'm adding 1 kick from my monster DNA, 1 kick from the hype, 3d6.
Yep.
So if this succeeds, it'll be an 8, and I will justify how I get to the Warrens, and if not, then I lose.
We're all like calling out and cheering, like, "You got this, Calamity!"
So he's going down the hole as a man, and 4 was the highest that I got.
and adding
Bumps
to
up to a 5 or a 6.
6 to a 6. Like, I mean, it is impressive.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it to you. Like, I think it's got to be at the end of as you're heading towards the light at the bottom.
Yeah.
What do you think happens?
He gets down to the bottom. It's dark. He's done some pretty impressive like flat land BMX tricks. Looks like trial bikes. Tags at the light, and then he is gonna use his. So I know I didn't succeed at horse, but I did succeed my roll. Yes.
Yes.
You get your style.
Get my style, and also I am going. And because it was a trick, this is actually having a breakthrough. He was practicing climbing previously, and so I am going to be unlocking my natural mobility. Oh, what did my matrix get me?
An extra dice when you roll. So you.
Hang on, let me roll one more then, because I never actually did that. 5 doesn't change anything. Great.
Wait, doesn't it?
No, because that's still.
I needed a
No,
it
it
does,
matches.
it does.
It matches.
It matches.
Yes.
7.
Oh, incredible.
Baby?
Yeah.
Hey, I just matched. Great.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, then this all works even better. He gets down to the bottom. He went down as a man, and then rocketing up, climbing faster than probably you would fall, like faster than 9.81 meters per second. He is scrambling up the wall monster mode and like shoots up like a dolphin coming out of the reaching the water, does like a spin holding his bike just with his hand, and it's this like miraculous spin, and then sort of lands near enough to the Warrens, like at the Warren hole, but it's because he went up and like arced over. But the breakthrough I had is I've now unlocked natural mobility, and he has, in D&D terms, it's a climb speed. In our terms, he can just like wall walk, wall climb.
Yeah.
His monster claws are big enough. It is not any more impressive than what JB or the GTFO person did, but I match it with a 7.
Yeah. I think
We all like look to the ref, and the stone-faced ref just like single nod, and we're like,
All right! Yes!
Said it, Conkers!
I'm a walking calamity!
GTFO does the thing of like, hey, wait, I want to call on that, and like the mustachioed ref goes over to the other one, and they like
Is it that thing in a sports game when they're
like,
trying
wait, we gotta discuss because like, does that count? And
and everybody's standing around and
they're like looking it up, which does make sense. It's like that's what the extra dice was like. The argument that they're having.
someone's like decided that the parabola he makes from the opening of the pit to the opening of the Warrens is equal to the opposite parabola of the teleporting and the slip rattling. All right, counts.
You did.
Yeah, I'm monster mode now too, guys.
When I tell you that the word parabola unlocked something in my brain of like, I haven't done math in like 15 years.
I love the idea of two refs at a chalkboard doing equations at each other.
Yeah.
They're like, no.
It seems like they've got to call it into the head office to see, based on video review.
Yeah, that whole thing. They're going to commercial. And
I didn't teleport, but I sure as hell moved.
And so they count it, and then that's when I think this is when Hades comes in. Looks like I'm gonna have to show them what's what. And the robot companion is above him, raining on him again. They're not going to defeat us this day, and pulls out his Nega friction sword. So he's the smarts in the group. So he has the two items, and he starts barreling down. He's dodging things. He's flipping as he's going off his board. Like he's not going around in circles. He's jumping from the floor to the roof to the floor, like bouncing around, kind of a thing. And he's lining up. He has the sword kind of behind him, ready to strike, as if it's like that, like katana move, just like bam. and he does it just right. Just barely moves his hand, cuts through, and peers out the other side. But as he's going out and he lands, he falls off. He doesn't land on his board. He lost control, and he stumbles and everything. Not a perfect landing. Nope, that's it. GTFO gets the next letter. Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. Also, point of order, to turn into a monster, I got to mark a turbo, and I did that. It's a dice.
Perfect.
A die.
We now go over. It's the only person who has not gone yet. Iggy, you got to set the next trick. Which one do you want to do?
I need a minute to think. I was ready to do that one, but then you failed it. So
yep.
Chasm.
I don't think there's any world in which Iggy doesn't do the chasm. Like, I'm kind of, because as an improviser, I'm like, oh, that's a good finale. We should save that for last. But as in character, I'm like, no, he does the chasm. He absolutely does the chasm.
Absolutely. So here's the chasm. All of these things are kind of within relatively close distance to each other. And it's kind of up on a slope generally. But towards the bottom of this slope is like one half of a mech. It's like the legs of it. One leg is kind of buried into the ground, and so you can kind of ride up its leg. And then whatever split the chasm in half, cut this mech in half.
Oh.
So
The other side of
is like
is on the far side.
kind of like by the collarbone and up in the head and everything like that. And like you can see that where it kind of split, that there's a kind of a lip on where it bisected by the leg. So it kind of like the metal kind of curls up at the end. So that there's your jump, and it's in the middle, as I said, is that light that's projected. So normally the chasm's almost impossible.
Yeah.
But because you kind of have like these two things and there's just enough to kind of pull it off, but you have to go so fast.
Yeah.
Before Iggy starts to head to the chasm,
Mhm.
Pavi's like, all right, okay, everybody, can we just take a second? Can we just like, we're doing really, really good.
Yeah, we're crushing
We're
it.
doing a great job, right, Tawny?
We're definitely, but we are going all out, so make sure we have enough in the tank. There's a lot more tricks to go.
So then Pavi really locks in on Iggy, and she says, Eagles, this is it. Okay? I know that I've been like really chill and really cool about like this whole thing because we're doing a bet and whatever, and it doesn't really matter. But right now we're going to do a really, really good job because we are the freaking Sunset Sideshow. And it doesn't matter in the it's all coming back to the bet, and I know that's silly, but like it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong and who wins or loses this bet. What matters is that we prove that we actually do something that works together, and that's what's happening. That's what's happening right now.
Theme playing underneath, but it's an arrangement that sounds like a national anthem.
There is no version of this team that doesn't work because we've proven that it can. So now is your time to frickin' shine, Eagles. And with that, I have used pep talk, and I am refilling 3 hype.
Nice.
Yes.
Iggy sits in this, like, lets the pep talk fully land for everyone and goes, oh, Pavi. When I win, it always matters. And then goes rocketing off towards the ramp.
As Iggy rushes away, Tanya turns to the rest of the crew. When's the trade deadline for the season?
All right. This is automatically a trick. And I got show off, get plus 1d6 when you do a trick. So I'm already rolling with 2 right out the gate. I'm going to mark my d6 from my attitude for that snarky comment to Pavi. I'm going to mark a d6 from the gravity blaster because that's going to be what's getting me across this gap 100%. That's got me up to 4. And I think we're going to mark 2 kick off the gravity blaster. I can get up to an 8 on this if I roll well enough.
Okay.
And yeah, we said it's a trick. Yeah, I think I'm rolling 46 and 2 kick.
Do this.
God. We got a 4 is the highest in there, so it goes up to a 6. But I'm not setting the bar quite as high as I wanted.
Yeah. So I think what happens as you are going, like 6 is still pretty good. So I think you pull off like one element as you do the jump. The jump itself is an impressive thing, but
Yeah, I think it's just like he's hurtling himself on his board using the power of the gravity sledgehammer. He's got it as the like handlebars of his little scooter. And then I think as he gets down, like he's hurtling down this ramp, and right as he gets to the end of the lip, he dislodges the handlebars, swings the hammer, and just like sends it down to pop himself up into the air. I think where it's like, a 6 as opposed to a 7 or an 8 or whatever, like he, by doing this extra show-offy thing of like popping himself up with the gravity boost, he almost misses the light in the middle. Like he's gonna clear the thing, but he almost like hops over it.
Yeah.
It's too high, and has to kind of like scoop down to barely tag this light. And like you can tell he's sweating a little bit in the middle of this, that he almost fucked it up.
Yeah.
And sort of lands hard on the other side. So I think it's just like, it is a perfectly serviceable, he cleared the gap, he tagged the light, but like barely.
yeah, and like, because the trick itself is just making it almost.
Yeah.
And like I like that you didn't really do anything.
I had some things in mind if I got like a 7 or an 8 for like, what does this look like?
Yeah.
But I think here it's like, oh, he went in with a lot of confidence and got a little shook, a little humbled.
Well, that was a pretty good effort, but I'm going to do better. Artemis just starts barreling down. She is got her gravity blaster ready to go. And as she's picking up speed, getting towards the end, instead of using a jump from the skateboard in the lip, she just more or less blasts it at her feet and just like
kind of the same thing.
Yeah, a little bit. And then in midair, was doing a flip and just shoots the gravity blaster behind her to just go straight.
Yeah.
To jump up and then and blast it straight across and goes to the other side, turns around. She's pretty good at speed, but she's not an auto 6. She's got an auto 5. So I'm going to spend 1 once again to just match. She matches. But
Spend 2, you coward. Do it.
No, I'm playing the long game. You guys can't keep rolling high. It's going to bottom out. I'm hoping. And so with that, now it has to be Tanya that does this. Now, Tanya's been set up, as I said, this is a daunting one. There's a super slam. And yeah, so you've been set up with this difficult thing in front of you.
Can I make an offer?
Sure.
Because I know that these are sort of tricks that we are setting up for ourselves. But I also want to lend a resource to Tanya.
Okay.
So JB kind of we're still sort of huddled in the group. Iggy's taken off. They've been kind of watching Iggy and Artemis take this chasm. And JB, kind of without looking at Tanya, was like, they did fine. Someone could do better, though. And I'll lend you a D6 and a kick from my grit.
Whoa.
Wow.
That rules.
I lend you a big toothy smile.
I think I'm also going to take a dare to take a trouble for another D6. So that has me up to 2. Or no, I guess 3. 3. I would like to add the remaining D6 from my attitude. So that's 4D6. And then I want to throw 3 kick on there, 2 from my attitude, 1 from my kinetic.
Oh, geez.
This is 4D6, 3 kick.
Okay.
Good luck, JB calls out.
Yeah, you guys are all on the one side, and way off in the distance, a tiny little speck on the far side of the chasm. You can see Iggy. You gotta go over it! Over the jump over it!
Gesturing with her middle finger. Oh, up and over? And then Tanya kicks off.
Yeah.
Woo!
1, 2, 5, 6.
Yes.
Which makes that a what total?
9.
9.
No, 4 kick?
3 kick.
3 kick.
I thought it was
9.
9.
9.
How much kick did you put on it?
3. Oh, no, because I had one from you. That is 4 kick. Sorry, that was 4.
Oh,
10.
That's a 10.
10.
Remind me of the mechanic, though. Can some of those kick carry over to someone else's roll?
I think you get to decide how many of them you're adding, but I think you added them with the intention of setting the bar high.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Tanya really just wants to make a big play on this one and to limit
Fair.
we can't have everyone try and jump this thing
What does it look
with the
like?
super slams.
Oh, bless.
I think she's just really leans in. She's going down on both skates, racing down the hill. She's almost taking it like a ski jump.
Yeah.
She at the start there's an initial push, but then she's just on the hover repulsors, holding form, perfect squat down, as aerodynamic as possible. She hits the jump off the Gundam's legs. She's up in the air, and the ability I wanted to invoke was of the hard light board, the energy lattice. Roll to reform your board into custom shapes, including tools, hand weapons, and other useful objects of a similar size. And she's going to, while she's up in the air, she scoops the one skate that has the hard light capability, and she's going to morph it into almost like a drag chute. Just like a little parachute like you might see on a car or as a backup chute. And she puffs it in such a way. I'm really thinking of Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, the Deku leaf.
Yeah.
You can fluff the leaf and get a little more air.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of she puffs this to just get that little bit of extra lift that pushes her up through the light and then glides on down to the other side with ease.
Nope.
Woohoo!
It's just people go crazy, nuts. Everybody, wow, just can't believe it. And it's on the streams and everything that people are watching. I
think the thing that makes it feel like a 10 is Like while Iggy managed to clear it, there was the talk about like, oh, he had to kind of like reach to hit it, and it was a little sloppy. This feels like as much like Olympic performance technique as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be in the plays of the week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is going to be...
Because I picture it almost looks like a video game double jump, too, where, like, you have this arc and then you, like, propel yourself up through the light and then float down. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, remind me, that just leaves 3-bite in your book, doesn't it there, Dave? Oh.
It is now back up to Aphrodite's turn. And as you're, like, all waiting for her to go, you can see that she is just quaking, just like, and like, but we believe in you. You can totally do it. And they're going to take the fault. They're just they're just not going to even attempt it.
Oh,
So there we go. You got F on the GTFO. So we're all like everybody's going wild over this because GTFO was like the favorite to win this round robin, and now it's under threat. That brings us back over to Pavi.
You get to set a new trick.
Set a new trick.
Yes.
Okay, what's left?
Bamboo?
bamboo, ramp.
Some
hazards.
maneuverability ones and some trick ones. There's a rail and a ramp.
Rail and a ramp are the tricks.
And a thicket and a warren?
The warrens, yeah.
Is the ramp on an angle? Is the rail on an angle?
It's built up, kind of going through. It goes high and up and down, like it's
like a slide.
Yeah, a little bit, and it's not really connected to anything. It's just rail that goes up and down, and there's a little bit of a roller coaster kind of a thing to this rail, and it's freestanding.
Sick. Okay, Pavi's gonna do the rail. She's going to get on her board. And she will get like a good ways away. Mm-hmm. And then she kicks the light on her board on to make it look like she's in her crystal ball. I think it flickers a little bit because she fricked with her board earlier. So she just kind of gives it a little kick that it's, still working. Very similar to the way JB did. And then she's going to take off and just freaking fly towards this board so fast, as fast as she possibly can. She's going to kind of like get herself to the point where she is above the rail. And then when she gets there, she's going to take the board out from under her and slide down it like a slide, like just on her butt.
All right.
And then when she gets to the bottom.
Well, how about roll?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll be able to do what you're going to say, but
nope. Very,
maybe.
very fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to mark one. I'm going to do a dare, mark one trouble for a D6.
Okay.
So that'll be 2D6. I'm going to add.
You've rolled some successes on your actions, hey?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you failed. You probably have some attitude to play with. Yours is currently fully marked, but a heart ability is anytime you or a teammate you're helping succeed on any action, refill one attitude.
Whoa!
So you can probably get another D6 from that, because that might have refilled.
Yeah, clear one from your first success there.
Awesome. Okay, great. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I got you.
Still learning. Okay, yeah. 2D6, and I'm going to add one kick. I'll add one kick from my 5D mind.
Ready?
All right, here we go. 6. That's a 6. So that's a 7.
You're going to add the 7? Okay.
Okay, so as she gets to the end of the rail, she's going to... I think she's just going to, like, bounce off the rail and then land on her board, like, cross-legged. Yeah.
It's got to have, like, with your projection of your crystal ball, and then you're, like, sliding down this thing, it's got a little bit of, like, pinball energy of, like, watching this ball roll down a silver rail, like...
Totally. Like, the way I imagine it is, like, if Aang from The Last Airbender rode the air bubble, but inside of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I feel like it is.
So good.
It is now Super's turn, who, as we have established, is not good at tricks. And Artemis is just Super, you can't do tricks. What are you going to do? Oh, do not worry. I have spent the last 2 minutes downloading all of the tricks possible. And just watch this. And he starts proceeding down towards the rail and is... Once again, he doesn't have a board himself. It is just coming from his feet. Like he skates kind of a thing. He just kind of like goes up the rail and just is twirling around it. And it's actually quite an improvement. And he's spinning, kind of like switching between his hands and his feet. And he's like kind of doing like the uneven bars, like gymnastics around it. And he gets to the end, skids off right into like a lying down position, like the Jeff Goldblum, like lying sexually on the couch kind of a position. And people are like laughing, but he's like, yeah. So that means he's not good at tricks, but he had to pull this out to get to match your 7. So he gets an auto 4. I had to use all 3.
Let's go.
To get to my 7 because it's the last letter. I have to. So there we go. Super has matched it. JB, now you're approaching this rail.
Okay. Yeah, I think what I want to do. I think JB skates up towards the rail and then kind of does a little skid and a little sassy finger wave. She skates back and starts going in a wide circle. As she does, she plugs in a speaker and starts playing some music. And she then turns, faces it head on, starts skating, and basically she's gonna try and like dance her way down the rail on her skates.
Let's get the rolls and then we can describe.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna mark a kick from my negative friction sword. I think she's like creating a little light show around her as she does it, or trying to little flourishes and moulinets with her sword. I am going to mark a trouble, take a dare to add a d6. That puts me at 2.
Am I correct in remembering, like, if you nail this, Dave would be up next, even if you've got a person who auto 6s, which I don't think is who would be up next on this.
Actually,
is?
Even then.
But even then,
if we
you
add
have no bite left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I think if you clear this...
This is
win.
it. Yeah.
Take the crew stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take a hype die. Should I take both?
Take them both.
Okay, I'll take them both. So that takes me up to 46. So maybe as she plugs it in, she also just like kind of mugs to her friends a little bit and like tries to get them hyped up. And then she makes her way towards the rail, vaults up, and I roll a 6! It's like Breakfast Club style dancing as she's like shimmying down the rail. Yeah, just fully doing silly little dance moves, swinging her sword around, framing herself in like perfect lighting.
Going all the way around the rail to match what the Treventine did.
Yeah. Lance also tries to do the like sexy pose, doesn't pull it off as well as Treventine does. It looks sillier than it looks sexier, but she like leans into that.
Yeah, it still works.
Yeah.
Athena like lines up. I know that we know what's going to happen, but Athena like gears up.
Tricks in your back
pocket. I don't know. I might have a thing. And she gears up and not really her thing, but she goes and starts flying down, picking up speed. And she does actually a pretty adept, like, grinds and everything, but it's kind of standard. It's kind of basic. It's nothing like, and she's like refuses to do the pose at the end. And it's just like, well, you can't.
JB is on the other end and she's still dancing.
It's a competent thing and it gets to the end and they all look to the ref and the ref says, nope. And with that, everybody cheers. You shut him out.
Shut up! Yeah, we gotta shut up, you guys.
Perfectly, flawlessly executed. You have overcome your rivals despite all the things coming against you. And everybody's cheering you, high-fiving you, all this kind of stuff. But the attention is a lot more focused on Tanya. about the incredible the leap.
Yeah.
They had never seen anything like that before, and people start gathering around you and, interviewing you and everything like that. How is Tanya feeling as the attention is not on the rest of your teammates who did all this stuff? It's on you.
I think it's not often that Tanya, at least like for the rest of Sunset Sideshow, that they've seen her kind of like lose her cool. Like there are times when she butts heads with Iggy and like tempers flare, but like she almost seems to be freezing up. Like a wave of anxiety has sort of hit her. And normally she's really good with the press. She's like in the captain spot, but I think there's almost something of this that like the wave of success almost feels reminiscent of the run that she had with Vorgal Blade, and she can just sense that things didn't pan out there, and those anxieties are really flooding back to her in this moment. And she's trying to push off like, no, we've been working hard. We were really focused this week. The team pulled off this. What I did was just something part of the team. It's really about our crew as a whole, and
Pavi is going to just sidle up beside Tanya and just link arms, and she's going to be like, our captain's being modest. Of course, this is well-deserved attention for you, as she's talking to Tanya, but she'll say to the cameras, but we did pretty good though, didn't we? And just let the kind of like hype the audience a little bit to be like, hey, no, we're doing great. But also to try and take some of the pressure off of Tanya.
Yeah. Where everybody else, like, as you are seeing Tanya get this attention, the focus, what are you doing in response to that? Normally the attention is usually on the party monsters or like, the other, like you typically have it, but now it's on your new crewmate who, you've been kind of, having a hard time with.
I think Iggy is off to one side and is like went straight for the sort of press area after we won and went to start kind of trying to like, I set the bar pretty high with that jump, but I'm glad to see, the rookie was able to clear it too. And like for as much as Tanya is being like humble in this moment, being like, no, it's a team effort. And everyone's like, no, you clearly fucking crushed it.
Yeah.
Iggy's doing the opposite thing where he's like really trying to be like, yeah, it was all like, I set the bar
I
on
inspired
that.
her.
Entirely clear that like he almost whiffed that and like everyone, no one's buying it kind of thing. And it's just like he initially has a few reporters with cameras and over time they're all like moving over to where Tanya and the rest of the crew are. And he's left there with just kind of like, maybe there's one Iggy fan account that's like an influencer there with their phone.
Yeah.
All of the news teams are over with Tanya and eventually he's just kind of like, well, who said you got interview access? And like puts his hand over the camera and like
just causing a little bit of a scene. And I think it's kind of like bothersome, but like, I could also see, what, maybe there's that one fan account that always like writes really positively about you in the local paper back in Sunset. Normally he asks something about you and what you did.
Yeah.
He begins with just like, so talk to us about Tanya. How do you feel about having her? Like it's just talking about, not even mentioning you.
Well, I mean, she held her own. I cleared the jump, and I didn't think she was going to make it, but people can surprise you sometimes. I guess. I hope she can keep who said you could film me? I didn't say you could film me.
And just like, and he's taken aback, kind of a thing, and kind of like, ugh, and everything is kind of going along.
Tanya. The sound like overtakes what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if it's okay with the three of you, can Conklin use the last of his monster ability to lift the three fem types up? One of you's on his his left arm, one of you's on his right, and one of you's on his shoulder, like he's hoisted all three of you up.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish you had a unicycle.
You have a tiny maneuverable bike.
Tanya's in the middle, like on my shoulders, like clearly getting hoisted into the successful air.
And you're like, by the way, there is a sound system set up here. Like even like all the refs calls are coming through and now your music is playing over the speakers and everything like that. And everything's going great until you start hearing rumbling. And then all of a sudden, bursting out from under the bamboo thicket,
Damn it.
coming out is a very upset mega mole. Comes and is now coming towards the sound, and people start screaming, "Folks, it's time to roll disaster."